In financial behavior, there is something called the spotlight effect. The spotlight effect is when people are obsessed about thinking how others are observing them. It may not be true. Not too many people are obsessed with us. We are obsessed with ourselves, and since we are obsessed with ourselves, we think the world is obsessed with us. Especially when you do something a little more out of the ordinary, people think everybody is seeing what you're doing. It's not true. So when you run a marathon or even a half marathon, the tendency is to put it on Facebook and hope that you get likes. Putting it on X or Twitter and hoping that more people will see it, and putting it on Instagram and saying, I did this, I am 55 years of age and I ran a 10K. It's not a great achievement, boss. And more importantly, nobody is watching you. It's like I keep telling this to people about dresses. What you wear at a wedding doesn't really matter. Nobody is seeing what you're wearing. Only thing, like one young kid in social media said, nobody cares what you wear, but unfortunately today photographs get captured and people say, oh, you wore the same shirt for the other marriage also. It doesn't really matter, but we over obsess saying, oh, I'm always in spotlight, because for us, our world revolves around us. We think for others also the world revolves around us. Not true. World revolves for everybody, it revolves around them. So somebody would be obsessed about the world revolving around them. Why would they be obsessed with you? Are they noticing what you wear, what you eat? Things are, no, nobody is. So when you go to a wedding, don't think everybody is looking at you. If they ask, have you had your dinner, and you don't want to have dinner, just say yes, you have had. Don't attract attention by saying, no, I didn't eat, I had a problem, I had a heavy lunch. Nobody is interested in all that. Just say you had lunch or dinner, whatever is appropriate. Or you just go pick up a plate and pick up some salad and be holding it long enough for people to notice that you're having lunch. Right, that's good enough. Or you want to save money for your friend, don't pick up a plate also. Just be around in the food place and be visible to people. So don't worry too much about spotlight. Nobody is really bothered about what you do, right? I don't care about what somebody else is doing. I'm more interested in knowing what I am doing. Why should I think that others are worried about what I am doing? Nobody is, right? So I think it was first spotted out in 1999. Let me read out. I think some Thomas Gilovich and Kenneth Savitsky, they coined this term called the spotlight effect. Research has empirically shown that such drastic overestimation of one's effect on others is widely common. Many people think that the others are obsessed about them. They are not, right? So an example is when you buy a new car, you think the whole world is watching. It could happen even with a new shirt. When you walk into the office, you expect everybody to say, wow, new shirt, and nobody notices. And evening somebody says, today you've got a new shirt, and then you're saying, oh my god, at least somebody spoke about it. Go and change some change in your face because of some dental changes that you made. Even your wife and children won't recognize it. People don't recognize, people just take you for granted. So when you wear a new shirt, you think everybody is watching your new shirt. When you wear a new watch, you think everybody is looking at your new watch, right? People are not looking at your car, people are not looking at your shirt, at your shoes. Right. So when you go to a person who is a shoe seller, he'll say, when a person meets another person, where his eyes go first? To shoes. You cannot hide, you cannot wear a bad shoe and impress people. That is because he is selling a shoe. Now a guy selling specs will say, people look at your specs, people look at the frame which you're wearing. Honest to God, I've never noticed it in anybody. So why this obsession of what others think, right? So that is the spotlight effect. To have your ego in control is difficult. To think that everybody is thinking about you is very easy. So whenever you buy a new car, new gadget, new clothes, you think everybody is watching you. Whenever you worry about what the neighbors will think, about a random person on the street will think, you are worried about, you're falling prey to the spotlight effect. What to do to beat the spotlight effect is ask yourself, if you really cared if somebody else had this item. Let's say you bought a Mont Blanc pen for 4,000 rupees and you kept it in your pocket, right? Did anybody notice it? Maybe the answer is no. Then ask yourself, do you notice it? If you notice it, it could be that pens are your obsession and therefore you are noticing it. Maybe watches are your obsession, so you are watching it. That's not true for the whole world. In a place where watch collectors meet, everybody is looking at each other's watches, but generally in life nobody is looking at your possessions, right? That is the truth. But we tend to worry too much about, like they say, the big बीमारी of saying लोग क्या सोचेंगे. लोग नहीं सोचते हैं. Stop worrying about it. Stop obsessing about what others are thinking about you. They are just like you. They are obsessed about themselves. So don't worry too much about this. But yeah, it matters when you are picking stocks. Also, people worry about what will others think. Is it good for me to invest in this mutual fund? Is it good for me to invest in this company shares? Right? Don't worry about what others think. They are obsessed with themselves, not with you. Thank you.